Welcome back to another EDH Deck Tech. This time we're diving into pure villainy with the mad scientist himself, Dr. Eggman. The Grixis commander is all about discard, construct mayhem, and robotic domination. Let's construct some evil here. Now this deck first appeared on EDH Rec and was created by Josh Nelson under the article Constructing Evil with a Dr. Eggman Deck Tech. Dr. Eggman is a 3/6 Grixis commander who forces opponents to make a brutal decision each turn, discard a card, or let you cheat a construct, robot, or vehicle into play. On top of that, he draws you a card at each of your end steps. Eggman fuels himself and punishes your foes at every turn. The core game plan is simple: tax their hand, build a robotic army, and overwhelm with value. Whether opponents discard or allow a threat onto the battlefield, you win either way. This is evil, calculated, deliciously disruptive. Within our ramp, we're going to have some key artifacts like the Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity and Dominance, Indulgence for Speed. Mechtitan Core and RMS Titanic bring the flavor, while Panharmonicon and Relic of Sauron double your villainous value. And of course, Glasses of Urza, because no mad scientist would be plot blind. And because we're discarding, we're going to add in a little bit of psychological warfare in there with Liliana's Caress and Waste Not to punish opponents for discarding. Telepathy and Sphinx Tutelage let you control their hands and a little bit of their fate. For just a little extra flavor to take them to Flavor Town, you're going to have Funeral Room Awakening Hall, bringing eerie, Eggman-esque aesthetics to the table. And as part of your robotic army support and a little bit of metal mayhem, we have City Scrape Leveler, Noxious Gearhulk, Mirror Battlesphere. Those are some big heavy hitters. We have Scrap Trawler and Foundry Inspector to keep the engine humming. Cyberdrive Awakening and Starscream Eggman's army is scrap forged to win, you know? And then sometimes you're going to have to destroy the world to rebuild it again, so there's Damnation and Blasphemous Act and Toxic Deluge just to clear the board out. Raise the Palisade helps you bounce back faster than your foes. And you know, a good villain's always prepared, so we have Counterspell and Arcane Denial, Mana Leak, an offer you can't refuse to keep your plan safe, and Access Denied. It's just too perfect for a flavor win. But how do we win here, right? What's the plan for victory? How does Dr. Eggman win? The overwhelming inevitability between constructs hitting the board for free and value on discard, your opponents will eventually run out of gas while you assemble the mechanized apocalypse. From Kindred Discovery, drawing cards off artifact creature types, to Cyberdrive Awakener, turning your board into a flying death squad, victory is but assured. Kind of as a mid-roll deep dive, let's talk more about the psychology behind Eggman's design. Every time you activate his ability, you're putting your opponents into a no-win situation. Discard, they lose tempo, let you cheat in a construct maybe. They're giving you board presence without spending mana, and trust me, the moment somebody lets you drop a Cityscape Leveler on turn 5, everyone at the table will be whispering, "Never make this mistake again." I just want to emphasize the power of informed targeting with cards like Telepathy and Glasses of Urza. You get to see what each other opponent is holding on to. Also saw that Walking Atlas was in here, which is just very simple ramp, but when paired with card draw like Waste Not or Fevered Visions, this helps you dump extra lands from your grip into play. Eggman doesn't waste resources here. Probably about 99% of you saw that Foundry Inspector was in here, which is one of the best enablers in the deck to make your massive constructs cheaper, repeat, profit. Every Eggman build needs a backbone, and Foundry Inspector's helping out here. And also with Starscream, Power Hungry, it's not just for flavor. This is a surprisingly potent political tool. Your opponent's life totals become your asset, and switching between modes gives you multiple vectors of control. Once again, you know, with Raise the Palisade, it's just a sneaky MVP to bounce all creatures not of the chosen type. Say constructs, and suddenly everyone else is back to square one. However, you are just getting started again. All right, so let's just recap what it is that Dr. Eggman deck is really all about. Because under all the vehicles, constructs, discard triggers is a simple truth. This deck is a pressure machine, right? And its core, Dr. Eggman is forcing your opponents to make bad choices every single turn. Either they discard a card, they lose a little tempo and resources, or they let you cheat a threat onto the board. And most of those threats, they don't mess around. This isn't just value, it's value wrapped in dread. Your opponents are going to agonize over every trigger, and that's exactly how Eggman wins, by grinding them down one decision at a time. You're not rushing to combo, you're not storming off, you're building methodically like a true mad scientist, with ramp from Tailsmans and Signets, and then card draw from Eggman himself. You're always reloading every turn, you've got fuel in the tank. It's not just brute force, it's intelligent force. You know their hands with Glasses of Urza's and Telepathy. You punish discards with Liliana's Caress and Waste Not. You lock down combat with Silent Arbiter, wipe the board when needed, and rebuild instantly thanks to Scrap Trawler and Foundry Inspector. This deck isn't just strong, it's mean. It's a psychological gauntlet wrapped in flavorful synergy. You're not just playing Magic, you're playing villain chess. You're always 3 steps ahead. But because that's what Dr. Eggman really does. That's who he is. That's how he operates. And that, my fellow Planeswalkers, brings us to the end of our villainous journey with Dr. Eggman, the mad scientist with a plan for every hand, every board, and every mind at the table. This isn't your average commander build. This is a carefully calculated machine designed to grind, overwhelmed, and outmaneuver, all while staying true to character. You're not just piloting a deck, you are stepping into the boots of a multiversal mastermind. With Eggman at the helm, every decision is tension, every opponent's choice is a trap, and every card you play is another cog turning in your evil, elegant engine of control. You'll laugh when they discard the last card, you'll smirk when they don't. Suddenly find themselves staring down a cityscape leveler or a mere battle sphere, swinging in for value they never agreed to. This is a deck for the player who loves pressure, who loves mind games, who wants to win, not just with power, but with presence. You are the villain everyone remembers after the game ends, the player who didn't just win, they orchestrated defeat like a conductor of chaos. So whether you're sleeving this up for your next pod, brewing it up for Villain Tech, or just vibing with the sheer style of it all, I hope you found some inspiration, some synergy, and at the very least, a sinister little smile. Please consider a like, a comment, and a subscribe to help out the channel. And until next time, may your hands stay full, your opponent's hands stay empty, and your constructs always come in one turn too early. Stay sinister out there, my friends.